Okay guys, we're gonna remove a brake caliper. This thing is probably got broken pistons down in there. If you follow me at all, you've probably seen this already before, not on this one, just on a different one. So the first thing we need to do is remove wheel tire, all that, which I've obviously already did. We're gonna remove these bolts here. There's one on top, one on bottom. We're gonna remove those, but one thing I did is I clamped this line off. I did not squeeze the shit out of it. I just barely clamped it. It will clamp pretty easy. Not really something I like doing, but I don't want to lose all this fluid, and we're not going to get the caliper for a couple days. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it off though. So let's see if I can set up here without screwing up. I'm probably going to grunt and make noises, but that's part of it. Let's see. I don't know sizes apparently. Okay. Why would that be? Don't know. Alright, we're going to take the top one loose. Gotta check. Tight. Okay, there's a lot of debris here. I'm pretty sure something's severely broken. All kinds of crap, so let's take this. Now guys, you're gonna see me in videos do a lot of hand tool stuff. That's not really what I use. I usually use stuff like this, or air tools, battery tools. But for sake of video, most of the time I'm gonna do stuff with hand tools first. But I do have a golden rule of when things go back together. I definitely use hand tools, especially when I'm building engines or something of that nature. Oh my, look at that. Just disintegrated. That right there is called phenolic plastic. It's got like a little metal cap on it for whatever reason. It doesn't work. But this plastic replaces steel. Their bright idea is that this plastic not only dissipates heat, so it will keep the brake fluid from getting too hot. If brake fluid gets extremely hot, it gets what, I could be wrong on this, I think it's called hydroscopic, where it basically turns into water. And you don't want that because it loses its hydraulic pressure inside the brake system when doing that. Jesus. But yeah, so basically at this point, this thing has lodged into a position, got hot, and just exploded. So it's supposed to keep from locking up. Instead, they just explode. So I guess that's a plus, that it doesn't completely lock the wheel up. I guess that's the only benefit I've seen so far of this. And oh great, we're gonna need a rotor too, because do this without turning you off. Yep, I turned you off just like I thought. You see this is the brake pad, and this is the top of it. This is supposed to be up here. It's not. So that means that it got stuck in there, and this is probably pretty chewed up. What we will do, man, I don't know. We're going to have to get a rotor too. But now we're going to take this bolt and this bolt out. I don't know if you can even see that. This bolt and this bolt. And we're going to remove the caliper bracket, which is going to get all this crap out of here. And then we're going to have to take the drum off. Man, that sucks. Ford, piss poor design. I'm not going to get into it. All right. That was the most stuck I've ever seen one. There's all kinds of debris in there. Okay guys, sorry I couldn't do just continuous video anymore. I was killing my storage or whatever you want to call it. So I got the caliper and everything mounted back up. I should have showed the video on how to do these things. These clips suck, but that's the end result, just so you know. But yeah, they suck. So as you can tell, not a new rotor, can't get one. The boys need the truck right now, so I'm gonna put it back together enough to where it's safe, and then I'm gonna have them bring it back when the parts come in. Okay, so how I bleed my brakes when I'm so low is I've already put one whole jug of this in the reservoir, and I've cracked the bleeder open. Wow, everything's so fuzzy. Let's see if I can do this again. Ooh, almost made a big mess. Okay, so it took one whole jug. Set this to the side. Also, I don't know if you guys know, it's not really a good idea to leave the brakes open, but you can't gravity bleed without leaving them open. But brake fluid is hygroscopic, I do believe is the word, which means it will take water on, kind of like how primer does. It'll actually absorb it, turn itself into water. So it's not good to leave it open too long, but you can gravity bleed it. So don't like leave it open overnight or anything like that. But I've got this bleeder open now here, and eventually it'll work its way out and it's pushing air out, and it will start dripping from here. Once you get a constant drip, close it up, pump your brakes, open it back up, and just let it sit for a little bit again. You'll get it. They do make power bleeders, vacuum bleeders, things you can use on here. I have all those things. For this case, I'm showing you how to gravity bleed. I will have plenty of these jobs, as you can tell. I mean, we've got work trucks and shit everywhere. So I got plenty of them. I can show you how to use the other tools on and everything. But this is the driveway, guys. That's why I'm doing it in the driveway with the jack stands, everything. So, okay, let's just give it some time. This is also a really good way to do things when you got other things to do. So what I'm going to do that's other things is I'm going to go inside and clean my tools up. Let this drip for a little bit. See if you can see that fluid level. Watch as I got that open. You see how it's just going down? There's a lot of air in this system because I still don't have any fluid coming out of there yet. Look how fast that's dropping. Now the pedal's starting to get a little stiff. What I do is I close the bleeder, pump it a few times till I start to get some pressure, and then I'll come open the bleeder. And then the other thing I'm looking at is making sure my pistons and brake pads are now pushing up against the rotor. So it means everything's working. We're just trying to get the air out, especially because I can get pressure and hold pressure till I open that guy, but that's on purpose. Yeah, pedal was pretty much solid the whole time. Ooh, I heard a little air hiss. Ooh, let me get my wrench stuck. Okay, maybe I was wrong, but I know we're close. Oh, there it is right there. As soon as I touched it. Now, you see the drip? Now that drip's gonna come out a little fast because I was just pumping the brake. It won't drip quite that fast, but it'll be constant. It'll stay constant the whole time. That has no air bubbles. I'm gonna pump and do that one more time and call it good. Put the tire back on, go for a test drive. The reason I didn't top that back off is because I knew I was getting close. I knew with that getting enough pressure, as soon as I started pumping, like now, I knew that I was close to full, so I didn't want to completely top that off and then have to take brake fluid back out. When I do this, it should kind of squirt a little bit. Yep, still got a little bit of air in there. There it is. All right, I know I said one more time. We'll do one more time. My pedal is stiff. Okay, I'm happy with that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this back together like that. I'm gonna go get some brake clean. I'm gonna clean that off because brake fluid will eat paint. I'm gonna put the wheel tire back on and go for a test drive. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is hit the brake. Does it feel normal? Normal? Wow. Sorry guys, I've been, yesterday I clocked in 18 hours and I'm working on 15 today. So, I think the pedal feels fantastic. Let's pull the e-brake before I forget. Looks like it needs an oil change. Put it into gear. We start rolling, I don't hear nothing. First initial stop. Decent. Do it again. Ooh, very good. All right. Let's get some down the road action here. All right, let's pretend this is a stop sign. Normal braking, perfect. I'm also driving this thing, trying to feel it out. It needs an alignment for sure. Well, I don't really feel any bad suspension, which is pretty good because this is a dump truck, so. Brakes feel good. Got some lights on, check engine light, airbag light. I gotta have them come back when the rotor comes in. So when it comes in, I'm going to check those dummy lights and see what they're about. All in all, ball joints, I mean, not that I've tested them, but everything feels pretty good. It doesn't feel all floppy. If any of you drive Fords, they feel floppy. And they get really noisy when they get floppy. This one's got a hell of a turbo whistle. All right, either that bed is heavy or she's gutless, one of the two, because that was full throttle. But all in all, guys, I got a list of stuff I'm gonna do. I'm successfully proud of this job, so, or that's not what I meant to say. I am happy for the successful job is what I meant to say. So I'm gonna run with this. I'm taking it back, I'm gonna park it, and I'm gonna clean up and call it a day. Peace.